In France, the Basque Country lies between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pyrenees Mountains, at the border with Spain. The region has preserved its traditions. For example, there's the Basque Strongman Challenge, a competition between the biggest, strongest men in each village.
The Basque Strongman Challenge began this way. Everyone wanted to show that he was the strongest. In the old days, after they finished eating, they would make bets and challenge each other. They would lift the heaviest weights, pick up carts and carry bags of wheat on their backs. They were very active back then.
Since then, the challenges between farms have become competitions between villages.
In Basque Country, nearly every village has its team. Sure, we play rugby and soccer, but our traditional sports are pelota and the Basque challenges. First, you have to be ready to suffer. The most important thing is not to admit you're hurting. You have to put up with it, because if you're suffering, so is the other guy. It's also about endurance. Who can hold out the longest? I started at 18. Now I'm 51. So you can see how long I've been doing this. The Basque Challenge hasn't worn me down. It's not bad for your health. Just the opposite.
The three Lemarque brothers are on the team from a little village called Gabat. Tomorrow in Saint-Palais, they'll go face-to-face against 6 other teams from local towns. As agricultural techniques modernized, games which had developed on the farm started to disappear. But thanks to this festival, created in 1950, many traditions have survived, and all the villagers come to cheer on their champions. The rope pull is the main event of the challenge. Its undisputed champions come from the neighbouring village of Saint-Martin-d'Aberou. They've won this contest for the past 16 years.
First, we hold the rope steady and test our opponents just a bit to see if we can make them budge. You can't wait too long because you're tiring fast, and you'll need your energy to pull a little later. The key is to have everyone on the team pulling at the same time. For this competition, it's weight that counts. Each man here weighs an average of 115 kilograms. So a lineup of 10 weighs over a ton. And that's a good group. When the two opposing teams are of the same weight, then technique makes the difference. Everybody has to pull at the same moment and in a specific way.
Finally, the big day arrives. In the Basque houses, all is silent. Everybody is outside in the streets. It's difficult to imagine a Basque party without singing. A local saying goes, 1 Basque makes a beret, 2 Basques make a pelota team, and 3 Basques make a chorus. The weekend of August 15th, the whole region is festive. But in Saint-Palais, the people are nervous. For its fans, the Basque Challenge is the most prestigious competition of the year. Even the champions are anxious.
This year we'll lose. I could feel it. We'll lose. It's not good.
At the head of the parade, dressed in traditional garb, is the festival's founder, Louis Barthélemy. The competitors carry the long 40-kilogram rope. They all wear blue work pants and white shirts in homage to the Basque peasant. While the men parade and the villagers dance, the women reflect.
Here, the men and the women each do their own thing. For example, my husband loves pelota. He knows all the players. I would never stop him from going to see his cow races or pelota games. Meanwhile, I treat myself by reading, relaxing, or doing something else I enjoy.
Pelota is the other traditional Basque sport. You'll find a pelota wall in every village, no matter how small. Practically all Basques play it. They use a xistera, a racket, or even their bare hands. This is another game which started in the fields.
The chistera is a basket for gathering grapes. Since the rows of vines were close together, you needed a narrow basket. Somebody had the idea of tying a rope to the basket and throwing a pelota ball against the wall. The wall is called the fronton. They realized this was much lighter than the leather glove they wore, so they thought, why not add a glove? They attached it to the handle, and that's how they invented the chistera. So it's named after the basket. With the small chistera, or yoko garbi, you have a clean, rapid game. The player catches the pelota here and sends it back right away with only one step.
Depuis une centaine d'années, il y en a un qui a eu l'idée de mettre un peu plus de poche. Pourquoi?
100 years ago, someone decided to make the pocket bigger. Why?
Il s'était cassé le bras.
Because he had broken his arm and lost his flexibility. So what did he do? He enlarged the pocket, you see, on top. He kept increasing the size, and for the past 50 years it hasn't changed. The chistera is as big as it can get.
Pourquoi? Évidemment pour les problèmes de bras. Et c'est devenu, disons, le grand chistera.
The big chistera gave us the game called Cesta Punta. Cesta means basket and punta means point. The player catches the pelota at the basket's tip. With a flick of his elbow, he slips it inside, and then he sends it back. At the Cesta Punta, you can throw the pelota over 300 kilometers an hour. That's the fastest speed at which a man can throw an object.
Le fronton, c'est-à-dire le frontis sur laquelle...
The fronton is made of blocks of marble piled up on top of each other and held together with marble cement. When the pelota ball hits, the impact is enormous. It would break anything but marble.
Que la pelote peut casser la pierre.
In Saint-Pelé, the games are about to begin. The competition brings in about 4,000 spectators from the region and beyond.
It is said that there are three hearts in Basque Country. The heart which prays is the church. The heart which sings is the bistro. And the heart which beats is the fronton, the festival, the pelota, all the games. We put our hearts and our faith into them.
The team from Gabat takes the field. Each village has chosen its 10 heaviest men. If you weigh less than 100 kilograms, you can forget about participating. The energy spent by these men is incredible. The rope pull can last up to 3 minutes.
We pulled too hard at the beginning, and afterwards we couldn't keep up the rhythm. We started too soon because nothing was happening on the other side. So we wasted our strength and had nothing left. The younger guys got tired. They're not used to this. It'll be better the next time. This is the first year for some of the young guys.
Far from the cheers of the crowd, a few kilometers from Saint-Pelé, there's a road where people have long made a different kind of effort. During the Middle Ages, this was one of the most important Christian pilgrimage routes. The faithful came by foot from all over Europe to visit the Spanish village of Saint-Jacques de Compostela. Their paths met at a small Basque village, Ostabat, before crossing the Pyrenees.
The three principal routes leading from northern Europe to Saint-Jacques de Compostela came together here at the gates of Ostabat. There's the route from Puy, the one from Vézelay, and the one from Paris. The three met here and became one, leading to Roncevaux and Pamplona. It's difficult to measure the importance of St. Jacques' pilgrimages today. People come for so many different reasons. You could call some of them pilgrims. They come by foot like in the Middle Ages. They number about 700 to 1,000 per year coming through Ostabat. They still come from all over Europe.
Those people walked 32 kilometers yesterday. I'm on a pilgrimage. I arrived today from Arroux. I've covered 95 kilometers so far. I have 800 kilometers to go. I remember a sign I saw on the route which said 924 kilometers. I got discouraged. And I thought I'll never make it. Now I'm a little more hopeful. But I'm still not sure I'll get there. It's hard, really hard.
Back in Saint-Pelé, there's an unusual race going on. Each runner has to sprint 120 meters with a 76-kilogram bag on his shoulders. Then comes the sawing contest. Even though this event is traditional, the tools can be decidedly modern. In their quest for perfection, participants order special saws from the other side of the world. They'll go to any lengths to win in Saint-Palais.
It's our first time here, and it's great. It's tiring. I would like to look at their saw. There are Australian saws which are much more competitive than ours. I don't know if they had one. Anyway, they're better, because they won.
Back to the king of all events, the rope pull semi-finals. Each captain encourages his team in Basque, a language still spoken by many of the locals. Linguists have yet to discover this language's origins, still a mystery after decades of research. The referee measures the cord's movements with his traditional stick, the makila.
The makila allows the team to see if it won. Because it's vertical, you can see when the ribbon passes the mark on the ground. The public can't see the mark any better than the competitors. That's why this stick is useful. We are lucky to have a Basque tool we can use.
The makila is a walking stick with a ball that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. Inside, there's a bayonet. A man named Vauban invented the bayonet using this cane when he was in the city of Bayonne in 1690. It's very well balanced because you could put your fingers in the middle. You don't feel it when you walk. Your shoulder doesn't do the work, the wrist does. The cane balances itself. It's a stick for everyone. It was an important symbol because it showed that here, everyone had the right to carry a weapon. Elsewhere in Europe, most people belonged to a master and couldn't carry weapons. This first photo is General de Gaulle. There's Mr. Reagan, and that's the former President Pompidou. And over there, that's the current Pope. All the popes since 1800 have been our clients. Nearly every pope, all the kings, and all the Russian czars.
The most spectacular challenge is the cart lift. Each contestant must pick up the cart and carry it around the circle as many times as possible without letting it touch the ground. The cart weighs 350 kilograms. The men put on enormous foam sleeves to protect themselves during this contest. But even with these, it takes several minutes for the blood in their arms to start circulating again. This year, the champion went around 6 times, nearly 150 meters, with this cart on his arms.
Of course, it hurts everywhere, especially the back. I had to stop twice, and starting up again is very hard. You have to catch your breath, and the cart is weighing down on you. This is the 4th time I've come, and the 3rd year I've won. I'm very happy.
This event, Orga Yogo, is only played here in Saint-Palais. I saw it when I was a child at the farm next door. The man who did it wasn't trying to prove anything, but he had to move a cart. I started dreaming, thinking if only we could do that. And that's what happened. It became a very athletic game. Everyone recognizes that a weightlifter expends tremendous energy, but he does it so fast, you don't even realize the effort. With this sport, you see a man exerting all of his strength until he is exhausted and out of breath. In Saint Sebastian, loggers have a competition of their own. It's very official, but we don't follow their rules. Here, we do it like at home.
Do you want to shave?
The hatchets are razor sharp.
Pierre, come here and show them. They want to see if it's sharp.
The winner is the one who splits the tree trunks the fastest. The trunks are about half a meter thick. On the other side of the border, in Spanish Basque Country, log splitting has become a sport in its own right. Another contest has the men picking up bundles of straw. They have to lift all 45 kilograms as many times as possible in 2 minutes. Their method is quite imaginative. 10 years ago, a young Basque athlete perfected this technique. His massive opponents could pick up the straw using only their arms, but he was too small. So he decided to use his body as a counterweight. It's the same method people used to ring heavy church bells. At last, the moment everyone has been waiting for, the rope pull final. Wearing yellow belts, the champions from Saint-Martin-d'Aberou face their challengers. race doesn't last long. For the 17th consecutive year, the champions carry the day.
That's it. All right. All right. This is great.